We are recording. I'm just gonna dive right in tonight and Nat, if you have anything to add on like while I'm going through these, feel free to like stop me too. But tonight is just general Q&A, super cash. So if you want to take notes, great. Otherwise, stay here for the party. If you can have your cameras on, great. I would love to see your faces. If not, totally fine. But I do just ask that because I'm taking the time out of my night to provide this training, that you guys give me the same respect by taking the hour to, not work, and we can work together after the Zoom. She found her glasses. Okay. So let's see here. Sorry, y'all. I had it pulled up and it went away. Notorious. Okay, so you guys had a lot of questions, or there were a lot of questions submitted, but I'm going to go through kind of ones that I think are most important right now. Honestly, you guys, I did not prepare for this, other than the last 15 minutes or so. So these are kind of just going to be like popcorn style off the top of my head answers, so that may be a good or bad thing. I'm not sure yet, but I'm just gonna go down the list and then we'll go from there. But if you guys have any other questions or like an answer that I give sparks another question that you have, just put it in the comments, and at the very end I'll go through the chat and answer any additional questions that you have. And Nat, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but definitely cut me off if you have things to add. Okay. So first and foremost, one of the things that I saw the most of was y'all want a better explanation on this new loyal customer program, okay? I think that just the posts are a little bit wordy, and so you guys are getting confused, but it is way more simple than like you think it is, right? Okay, so let's go through it. Thing number one. Where is it at? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go through this post with you so that you understand it. So starting November 1st, they're discontinuing perk points for loyal customers because they're rolling out this new program. So for example, our previous perk point system, how it worked basically was part of, or one of the perks that loyal customers got was earning 10% back on all of their purchases, auto ships and one-time orders, for cash back in free product. And that was called a product reward. So they could have 53 perk point, or excuse me, not product reward, perk points. Sorry, pregnancy brain. Perk points. So if they have 53 perk points, for example, that's $53 off of their next one-time order. Perk points cannot be used on auto ships. They have to be on a one-time order. So for example, if your customer's on a 90-day trial program with you for coffee and they want to take advantage of the BOGO HSN, that's amazing. That's considered a one-time order and they absolutely can do that. But you can't use perk points on sale items. So there's all these different things, but that's kind of how our old perk point system worked, okay? So they're discontinuing that. That is no longer as of November 1st. So if you've been in the business for a while, you are going to have customers who have perk points that they can use, but they should use them as soon as possible. So if you guys have customers who have perk points, you need to tell them that they're going to use it or lose it like tonight, straight up. And if you are 90 days or less in the business, this is not something that you have to worry about because your customers, they haven't finished their 90-day trial. So they are going to have some perk points accumulated, and I'm pretty sure that they can still use those. We'll have to double check eSuite for all of the specs and rules and regs, and I'll upload those into the team page later tonight just to make it easy for everybody so that you don't have to go searching in document library. But we'll get all the specifics. So this is my general understanding of it. But where was I going with this? Oh, so if you are less than 90 days in the business, they can't even use those perk points anyways, because they have to wait till their 90-day trial is up. So if you have questions about any of this, just get with me after. But essentially, everything that I just talked about is null come November 1st. So they're taking that away. Okay, for details on blah, 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 go to eSuite. Okay, this is where I think people are getting confused. Gifts will only have a 2 BV reduction, no BV reduction for free shipping. This is huge for us. So typically when people use perk points, it's free product, so it's 0 BV essentially. Like if they're getting a product for free, like if they have 39 perk points and they order the cleanse and it's 30 perk point or 30 BV, it's 0 BV in our system. So yes, they purchased from you, but they're getting the product for free. So you don't get to like double dip and you get the pay on it, right? Because the company's giving it to them for free. So why would we get paid on it? So what this means is part of this new customer program that they're doing is that they're giving gifts. It only has a 2 BV reduction. So you're basically getting more BV out of the order itself, okay? It's essentially all you need to get from that. No BV reduction for free shipping, which is nice. So they're not penalizing anyone for utilizing free shipping. Then this is going to replace the perk points. They can still be used through the end of October and redeemed through the end of December. So any perk points that people have left come the end of December, come this new year, they will not have perk points anymore. So if someone has been stashing, which I have 2 customers who do this, and it drives me freaking nuts, but as a customer, I get why they do it. But they stockpile all their perk points. So like I have 2 customers who have over $200 in free product. So those are going to be some of the people where I'm going to have to reach out to and be like, look, you want to use this free $200 in product or it's going to go away. Like you're going to lose that perk, right? And then I'll obviously explain to them the new program and we'll get into that in a second, but only through December. Again, if you're brand new, this doesn't apply to your customers. They're already grandfathered in probably to the new program. They may not be. Again, we'll look at all the specifics. So take everything I'm saying somewhat with a grain of salt, but also this is my interpretation of the post. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. We're celebrating early. Loyal customers who qualify for a gold and platinum status in October will receive a sample defining gel with their October order. 2 BV reduction. Email was sent out to all DTs earlier this week, so your team should be aware. Your LCs can place 1 more auto ship to unlock gold status, the key to free shipping, gifts, and much more. So basically, that's a big play on words of they just need to have a 4th auto ship. So with our perk point program, how it worked is after they finished their 90-day trial, they would do another 90-day trial with us. And basically after 6 months of consecutive orders, so 6 consecutive orders in a row without skipping a month, they would earn a $50 shopping spree. So that's probably going away. And they're saying that they're replacing that with the free gifts, with the free shipping, all that kind of stuff. So it's just by placing a 4th auto. So 4 consecutive orders. And then I'll stop sharing my screen, but there was also another thing that they put out, this like handy dandy picture. Okay, it like breaks up everything that you need to know. So a loyal customer, they get 40% off auto ships. They're eligible for select free shipping. They get a gift with their 4th auto, and they earn it's so hard for me to read, 20% off, I think it says, coupon for birthdays and anniversaries. Okay, so if they've been with the company for a year, I'm like so blind, I'm like holding it up to my eye. If they have been with the company for a year and or on their birthday, they're also going to get a coupon code. Okay, loyal customer gold status. So this is someone who has placed the 4th order, okay? 40% off, just like a normal. Additional 10% off one-time orders. This is huge. The company has never done that before, okay? They get an additional 10% off one-time orders. They get free shipping on all auto ship orders. They get gifts with select auto ships, 50% off coupon for birthdays and anniversaries. So that's like double what the other one was. And they get early exclusive access to product launches and promotions. So gold status customers, for example, if you've ever gone to conference with me or to the events, you know that you get to go purchase clothing by rank. So like ambassadors and black diamonds get to go shopping before everybody else, and then triples and doubles, and then diamonds, and then emeralds and rubies or whatever, right? So it's kind of the same thing where they're saying you're going to get early access before somebody else. So they have that privilege, which is great. And then the platinum status, which is again 40% off on auto ships, 25% off one-time orders. Holy hell, 25% off one-time orders. Free shipping on all orders. So not only auto ships, but also one-time orders. They also get gifts with their autos, and then they get a 50% off coupon as well for birthdays and anniversaries, and they also get exclusive access to early launches. So it basically just goes up the more that they consecutively order with you, okay? What I would suggest is literally going into eSuite and downloading this document, and this is going to be a piece of what I send to my customers. I'm literally going to send them a picture of the incentives so that it breaks it down even more, okay? And again, we'll go over that in a minute. But does that answer your guys' question so far? Does that make it like a little bit easier to understand, or are we still confused?
I think as we like start getting into it, it'll start making sense. I think just because it's so new right now, everyone's like, what in the hell's going on?
Yeah.
But I think it'll kind of click once we start getting to November 10.
And it'll be easier too once, like, come this new year when perk points are no longer a thing, because then everybody's going to be on the same program. So you're not going to be like, oh, which customer is which thing or whatever, what points do they have, and all that kind of stuff. So come this new year, it's just going to be really easy. But yeah, change is always hard and weird. So if I have a customer that has done 4+ auto ships, do they get these perk points come November? So you're asking essentially, do they get grandfathered in? Probably not, because they're saying that this starts November 1st. So again, I'll have to look and clarify in eSuite. That's something that I can definitely double check for you. That's a great question. I just don't think so, like I said, because I think that they put the November 1st date. Nat, wouldn't you agree? Okay, so I just wanted to reiterate, because we are still in the month of October and there's still so much to be so excited about on top of this new loyal customer program. Okay, so this new loyal customer program just incentivizes people to order with us more, and it is built to retain lifer customers for you. Okay, that is the only reason that this company is making this change, because they want the best for our distributors, and they want the best for the customers. That is insane perks for a customer. Like, I order Monat from a girl because I freaking love their hair products. And if they had an incentive program like that, I would literally die, right? So our customers are going to be freaking stoked, and I'm stoked as a distributor that they get to utilize this program. And it makes it so much easier for me and for you, because they want to stay, because they want to earn those perks, right? When they leave, they don't get those perks anymore. But I just wanted to reiterate and remind all of the October announcements, because the company announced so much at the beginning of this month, and they've continued the pick 2, pick 3, and we've had BOGOs, and we've got discounted codes, and we've got all these things going on, and conference being announced. that I think it's really easy for things to get washed out and for you to forget what you're working for and to forget what to be excited about and what is going on in the company. So since we're just kind of breaking down announcements, I'm just going to kind of run through some of the stuff that we still have going on. So first and foremost, let's start here. Nat and we used to do this all the time and we kind of took it away for a while, and now we've brought it back and we're super excited to have it back. So if you guys are too, participation is going to be a huge key to continuing this. But we love to spoil you guys. Like, literally, I love nothing more than sending one of my gals a gift or like a little note, or even if it's something like as stupid as just like a voice message telling you you're amazing. Like, that sets my soul on fire because I just love you guys so much. So we are doing little prizes out of our pocket. This is not something that the company pays for. This is something that we are doing because we want to reward your hard work. We want you to know and see, not just from our words, but also from our actions, that we truly appreciate each and every one of you, and we want you to know that you're seen. And if you're crushing it, you're gonna get that appreciation, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to feel valued here, right? If you earn it, you will absolutely feel valued here. And I'm not saying that if you don't earn it, you're not valued here. Everybody is welcome. This is all team, one mission, but you get my point, right? We want to reward you. So, this is a surprise. Everybody keeps asking me, what is it? We're not going to tell you, so stop asking me. At the end of the month, we are going to give you a prize, and hopefully we can continue to like make these prizes bigger and bigger as we go on and grow as a team. But anyways, there are some things that you need to have to be eligible for this prize that we're giving you. So the number one thing, first and foremost, is an ADBV auto ship. Okay, this is like a complete non-negotiable in my business. And it is something that I really highly encourage for not only my new distributors, but for everyone. And I'm not going to go into the whole training thing and why you need to be commission qualified, but basically by placing an auto ship, you're guaranteeing yourself a paycheck. You're also showing these people who you're trying to sell to and your distributors that you're actually using the products that you're selling, right? Like, I would never sell and be an ambassador for a company or for, let's say, a restaurant that I had never eaten at. Like, that's just silly, right? It doesn't make sense. So you want to be a product of the product, and we have an entire hour-long training on that. So like I said, I'm not going to like dive too much into that, but number one, first and foremost, you need to be commission qualified, and it absolutely should be with an auto ship. You should be making more than enough money to cover it if you're actually working your business. Okay. And your eSuite needs to be turned on, Avi. And then number two is completing your steps to success. So I said, having said that, every LC or DT you sign will count. Okay, so you're still going to get credit for the things that you're doing, even if you don't complete your steps to success. We want you to know that we see every small win that you are making, okay, point blank, period. But the goal and the literal name is Steps to Success, because this is the steps to make you successful in this business. So that should be the goal and the thing that you're working towards every month. If you have no clue what I'm talking about or don't know what the steps to success are, that's your homework for tonight, and to go scouring the team page for everything you can find on Steps to Success. And that is going to be your blueprint to get into the top of this company. Okay, Ambassador Diamonds break out their steps to success every single month. All they do is complete it multiple times, right? You just want to complete it as many times as you can. So completing your steps to success in full is going to count as basically like 10 points or 10 entries. So this is basically going to work somewhat like a giveaway, right? So for example, think of an entry like if someone was putting up a HAP for us, and if they put a HAP up 10 days in a row for us, we would enter them 10 times because it's unlimited entries, right? So just like them, you get unlimited entries and unlimited, points to work towards this goal. So one LC or one DT is one entry. And if you complete your steps to success in full, and it's an additional 10 entries. Okay. This is to avoid the same person, Jamie. No, I'm just kidding. Because she literally freaking kills it, you guys. Like her first month, she signed like 5,000 customers and has won like a million giveaways and all of the things because she works her ass off and she freaking earned it. But everyone is eligible for this, and I really want to give everyone the opportunity to truly work for this prize. So it's going to work really nice because you are in control of how many entries you get. You are in control of having your auto ship on and earning these prizes. So this is really fun. I'm really excited. I love spoiling you, and you want to work hard for those. So just remember, every enrollment I get, I'm working towards that prize, and that's just one small additional win, because while you're doing that and you're making it fun, you're enjoying working your business. And what you're not realizing and not focusing on, which is a good thing, is the fact that you're building your paycheck. Like, do you realize with every enrollment, you're just building yourself to your next promotion? You're just building your paycheck up. So instead of focusing your energy on, I need more money, I need to go diamond, my team and I need to go diamond, we need to do this, we need to do that. No, have fun and pick something that is going to, just like we talked about on the Leader Zoom on Saturday, light your soul on fire, right? Pick something that excites you, and maybe working towards a prize really excites you. I'm that person. I love free stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, more enrollments, that's all I gotta do to win, I'm in. Okay, so we covered that. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. We did that. Okay, so in the month of October, regardless of when you joined, okay, I don't care if you started yesterday, I don't care if you started 2 years ago, every single person on this team is eligible for a bonus, some sort of bonus this month, okay? The Bankit bonuses. So if you have not yet achieved diamond by October 3rd, or ever, so if your lifetime rank is emerald or below, if you go diamond by the end of this month, you are going to earn an $8,000 bonus, okay? So that's anyone. That is so huge. Now, if you are new, you do have more time, okay? You don't have to go diamond by the end of this month to earn that bonus. You have a full 90 days, depending on when you joined, to be eligible for that same bonus, okay? So kind of take that with a grain of salt. But if you were a seasoned distributor and you've been like waiting for a bonus, the time is now, sis, okay? And there is no reason why every single one of you cannot go diamond by the end of this month. There are people that go diamond in a week. So the only person who is telling you that you can't achieve it is you and your work ethic and your self-discipline and your mindset, okay? I will believe in you just as much as you believe in yourself, if not 2 times more, okay? I will sit here and preach all day long that you can do anything that you put your mind to. So, bonuses. Also, depending on when you joined, if you go Ruby in your first 30 days, you also could be eligible for a $300 bonus on top of the $8,000 if you go diamond in your first 90 days. So again, this is all really wordy. Point being, there's almost $10,000 in bonuses on the line for you. So work your booty off and make diamond a goal like yesterday, okay? But don't stress yourself out about it. Reverting back to what I said, you got to pick something fun, and even just working one step towards that little prize or whatever it is, getting that next enrollment brings you one step closer to that bonus, to your promotion, okay? So try not to focus and put so much stress on it, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. If you go triple and ambassador, you earn a $25,000 bonus. Holla. Again, I'll never tell any of you that you can't achieve something. So don't set the bar too low because you feel like it's impossible. Okay, the other thing is, don't forget corporate's doing that 1,000 people to go Ruby this month. That's our whole one team, one mission, company-wide goal in October. And you have the chance to be entered into a new magazine as a top income earner, Ruby builder, or by earning Bankit bonuses. So those are the 3 ways that you can get into the magazine. And then early bird conference tickets is still through the 15th, okay? So you can still get your points, or not points, the perks that come with the early bird pass i.e. the discount codes, okay? There is so much money in fast starts waiting for you with those codes. Like literally every single one of those codes should equal $150 to you. So that's almost $4,000 if you pay for the Plus Pass in just cash, weekly bonuses, right? So that's on top of your commissions, that's on top of the Bankit bonuses. That is just completely additional, okay? If you use all your codes. What else was I going to say? Oh, you don't have to pay out of pocket for it right now. So there's no money out of your pocket. You're going to take it out of your commissions. And again, if you guys are truly working your business, it should be paying for itself. I'm not going to sit here and preach that you should be making or that you should be paying more money in this business than you're making. Okay. But if you are not making Ruby pay every month between your fast starts and your sample cash and all the things, you're not utilizing the compensation plan and or you're not working your business. And it is point blank, period, that simple. So that's okay, but it just means we need to refocus, and it means we need to look at what daily tasks we're doing, and maybe we need to get more serious about our why, or maybe, there's so many things, or maybe it's our mindset, or maybe we're just like getting too distracted, or whatever it is. It's all okay, and we've all been there, so you should never feel ashamed for being in that place, or for coming to Nat or I or a leader on this team and saying, hey, I'm feeling this way. I don't want to be paying more, but I also want to invest in my business. How can I best utilize the compensation plan? How can I do these things? Like, those are the right questions to be asking, because we have your best interest in heart, and we want to help you achieve the things that you want to achieve, right? So if your pay isn't where you want it to be, then we need to have a really serious conversation. Don't come to me bitching about your pay if you're not working, though. Like, period. I love y'all, and I will be here for you every day of the week, and we'll work on what you can do to improve. But come to me with a solution mindset, saying, hey, I know my paycheck is not where I want it to be. I'm super pissed off about it. I'm probably going to go cry in the car for the next hour or whatever. And maybe I need a 3-minute BMW because, damn it, I'm pissed that my paycheck isn't where I want it to be. But like, at the end of the day, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that rudely. This is just like the red in me coming out, but it's the truth, right? So what we can do, and y'all, I am so willing, I will stay up with you any day of the week, anytime, whatever, working on your schedule, working on your 6 list, working on what you can improve on, giving you scripts, or helping you with literally whatever. Like, you guys know, especially if you've been here for a while, like, y'all are my homies, okay? Ride or die. Like, I'll be there for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to come to me and ask for help, okay? But what I am saying is I am dead serious about not coming to me with a complaintive thing, because you wrote your paycheck, not me. Okay. Oof, mic drop. Here we go. Didn't know all this red was going to come out. I'm sweating. Do you see me? I'm like turning red. I'm like about to get passionate, okay? I'm excited. Let's see. Y'all know, not shared in the team page, pick 2, pick 3 extended. Yes. Huge deal. Make sure you're following up with your customers. That's amazing. And just making sure I didn't miss any of your questions. I have a couple more. Okay, what is working right now? I really wanted to talk about this because if you've especially been on my team for a while, or maybe you're new and like don't know why I don't have a Facebook, and this is like really weird for you because Connor Huffman is always shouting you out, and I promise you it's never my husband, like literally ever. It's always me. But I got banned from Facebook. I don't know why. They took away my account. It happened to thousands of people. I'm just the lucky one of few. Yes, I've tried putting it under different names, like literally everything under the sun. I don't have a Facebook, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Never have, never, or can't anymore, never will again. Loved Facebook, built my entire business off of Facebook my first 2 years. So this was absolutely detrimental to me, okay? Like I lost my mind for a long time and didn't know what to do, but I had two choices. I could either give up or I could make do. And what I will say is money flows and people flow where your attention goes. It's not about Facebook, it's about where you're putting your attention. So the second that I started putting all of my attention on Instagram, yes, it took me some time to build. Yes, I lost rank. Yes, some things happened. That's the ebbs and flows in business. And unfortunately, I lost a huge platform with thousands of potentials of 2 years worth of my business that I built, right? That sucks. But I have had so many enrollments, in case you haven't noticed, with Instagram. So there is no rhyme or reason or right platform that you should be on. It is purely what you're working. So what's working right now? Me. I'm working. What are you working on? You know what I'm saying? So that's all doing the daily things. I do the same thing as you guys. I did the same thing when I was going Ruby. I did the same thing when I was going Double Diamond. I grow my network. I message. I get my haps up. I post. I add to my story. I help my team. And I build my mindset, most importantly. That is one of the most important things to me, both as a person and in my business, because you cannot expect your paycheck to grow or your team to grow or your business to grow if you yourself are not growing, right? So that is like my number one thing. And it's always the first thing to go out the window for some reason when we're having a hard time, but it really needs to be the first thing that we go to as a security blanket because it really does help. And I love to call it like my suit of armor because that's truthfully how I feel when I do or don't do self-development. For example, this morning, very first thing I woke up, I picked up my phone before doing my self-development, which I never do. And I got a nasty FaceTime from a family member, and not going to get into that, but totally threw off my day. And I could have avoided all of that and been so much more prepared for that conversation had I done my self-development. And so same thing with like nasty messages from potentials. You know, sometimes you like think it's fine and, oh, I'm just going to open this one message, but you really got a nasty, lengthy message from someone telling you that you're in some scam. And now your whole day and your whole energy is thrown off, all because you didn't start your day properly, right? So I like cannot live without my morning routine. And maybe that's just me. But literally like doing my self-development and journaling in the morning and controlling my first hour and like getting collected is everything for me. So what's working right now? All the same things. Following up, doing your 6 list, watching training videos, just be a sponge. Especially if you're new, like just be so excited and eager to learn new things. Like even as a double diamond, I am like soaking up every training video that I can get my hands on. Every podcast that I can get my hands on, I'm getting my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to grow and I want to help you guys. So there's that. Mic drop. No, I'm just kidding. I always like feel like I'm like yelling at you guys because I get so excited. If you don't know me, I'm sorry. Like I'm just such a passionate person. Okay. How many times a day should we be posting? On Instagram, I definitely feel like once a day is totally enough. Like you can even skip a day once a week on Instagram. On Facebook, I would say at least twice a day, like minimum. No more than 6 a day. If you post more than 6 times a day on Facebook, not only is it going to screw up your algorithm, but people are going to be like, oh my God. Okay. And make sure it's not all about it works on Facebook. So, meaning you put up a random thing about the giveaway, or you do an interactive post with, okay, one has to go tacos or spaghetti, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. Like people love to tell you about themselves. So make it fun, or like an inspirational quote or whatever, but at least 2 of those should be like an opportunity post and or a product post, something like that, right? And we have a whole posting 101 video. So I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's kind of what I found works for me. Everyone's algorithm is also different, you know, so you're just going to have to play around with it and see what works for you and what times when you post you get the most interaction. A lot of the times people think they need to post more because people aren't seeing it, which in fact, because people think they're not seeing it because they're not commenting or liking. Number one, I don't care how many comments or likes you have, people are watching you. You could have 0 every single day for the next 2 years, and I'm going to tell you to keep posting because people are watching. Perfect example. A girl, Sierra, just joined me. I went to high school with her. We used to be friends, like all the things. She's been watching me literally for 3 years. And I don't mean just watching me. She's been a potential, like since my week 1 for 3 years. But she needed to watch me post for 3 years about what this was doing for me before she felt ready. So that's why I show up and post every day. But people think they need to post more because they think people aren't seeing it. But really, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because what you maybe need to be doing for more people to see it is actually interacting more. Or maybe you're not growing your network, so people aren't growing or aren't interacting on your page as much because there's not new people seeing it. You can't just post to the same 4 people every time and expect to grow your business, right? Your network is your net worth. It's such a cheesy term, but I hear it all the time, and it is so true. The more people, this is all a numbers game, you guys. How many people can you reach? How many people can you help? That is what is going to determine your paycheck, how accomplished you feel in this business, all of the things, right? Okay. How do we tell our stories if we don't have one? Nat, totally feel like you can cut me off too. I'll look at the chat in a bit. But if you have something to say, I'm just on a roll. Okay. How do we tell our stories if we don't have one? So a lot of times this is a new distributor asking this question. Like they feel like, oh, I'm so new in this business, or I literally just started, or maybe I've been in 3 months, but I haven't really been working my business. So I don't really have a success story because I haven't really been working. So I haven't been really getting paid, right? Those go hand in hand. So what I would say to that is always, you guys, very rarely actually do I talk about what this business is doing for me in this moment. I find myself talking about what it's going to do for me. Like I've been blasting that I am moving to somewhere, likely San Antonio, because that's where I'm headed next. People want to follow somebody who knows where they're going. So if you have a goal, even if it's just as small as, which isn't a small feat, but paying your gas in cash, right? That could be as simple as why you joined this business. I want to be able to pay for my groceries and my gas in cash. Even if you've made $0 in this business, that's why you joined. That's why you started this. That's why you're here. And there are 20,000 other people right in your area where if you just grew your network, need the same thing as you. And the reason that you join this business is not only so you can pay your gas, but so you can help as many people as you can help pay their gas too, right? So just think about, what do I want this business to do for me? What is my why? Where am I going? And that's what is going to be incorporated into your posts and kind of be like how you tell your story when you go live and all that kind of stuff. Okay, how do we find things to post about if we aren't really out and about doing things? This is a good question because yes, I go out and about and do things on Connor's day off, but we only have one car right now and I'm home like 6 days out of the week all day. And I'm talking like it's raining in Oregon 24/7, so like you can't go outside. So I'm in my house literally for 24 hours a day, 6 days a week. So I'm the definition of never doing anything. And honestly, that's really cool. So I talk about that. Like people want to be home 24/7 doing nothing. So if you're not out and about doing things, talk about that because people want that freedom of time. Or if you want to go out and about and do things, talk about how this business is going to eventually allow you to do that. And if that's something that somebody wants to, they can do this with you, right? So regardless of what someone wants their lifestyle to be, whether it be fast-paced travel, adventure all the time, and that's what you're talking about, or the person who wants to be a stay-at-home mom and just wants to chill all day and work from her phone and decide when she wants to go to the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just having that choice. So again, it's just talking about where you're going. Are lives required to be successful? I would not say that anything is required in this business to be successful. However, I think that you're not utilizing a major way that you could be growing your business and boosting your algorithm if you're not going live. So do I encourage it? Absolutely. I go live all the time. Let's see. Is talking on our stories better than graphics? I think you should definitely incorporate both. I don't think that it's either or.
I think you could benefit from like maybe one day doing stories and maybe the next day kind of talking about it and posting about like personal. Like for myself, I found like I have had more views with my stories, just like one day doing like business and personal, then the next day doing like some personal and some talking on it or whatever. Even if it's something as simple like, oh my God, Zayden just walked in my room and like literally started brushing my hair because that's his thing right now is hair. And so like talking about that or something, like just talk about the kitty you just got, like, you know what I mean? Like you could do personal things like that and then incorporate the business one day or the next day, just keep it kind of personal. Like don't just total business it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. There is a way to utilize stories. I don't want to say properly, but a way to get more views and to have them be actually productive, because you can be adding to your story but it's not really providing any value or you're not getting anything from them or whatever, right? So it's so logistical. And again, it's so different per person. Like some people, for example, Rochelle goes on her story every single day and does a coffee story, and that works for her like super well, right? Like that's what's gotten her to the top of the company, is doing her coffee stories. That's what she's notorious for. Some people have not even put up a story like ever in their life, and they're ambassador 2.0. You know what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of this is subjective, but there are some ways that you can do it better than other ways. The biggest thing, you guys, the biggest thing is being you and sharing you and what's going on in your life, right? Because people buy you before they buy the products, but also just being present, like just showing up and just being there. But the biggest thing other than that, the second biggest thing I would say, whether it be on your feed or on your story, is just avoiding all in all being spammy. Like you just don't want to be spammy. So if all you have on your slides on stories is it works pre-made graphics that you found off of Pinterest, like when you go through your own story, does that look aesthetically appealing? Like would you purchase that? If the answer is no, then it shouldn't go on your story. You know what I'm saying? That's a really easy way to just like think about it, is like, okay, if I was the consumer, completely unrelated, saw this on someone else's story, would I buy it? You know what I mean? Or would I think that this person is awesome? Or would I think that I know nothing about them because there's nothing about them on their story? You know, so just kind of play with that. I also find that I don't think that it's necessarily, again, like an either or thing, but it's good to have pictures of you, right? Pictures of your face, but also, and not even necessarily going live, but a hands-free just every once in a while. It doesn't need to be every day. It doesn't need to not be every day. It's totally up to you. But so people can see that you're a real person, because there's just something to say about a video. And there's just something to say, like, I'm sure even like, for example, if I enrolled you and I never voice messaged you or something, getting on a Zoom with me the first time is like probably really comforting, because you're like, oh my God, she's actually a real person. She speaks like me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is. But it's just more relatable, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. you have anything else to add onto that before I go on to the next thing? No. Okay. Sorry. Do you need fancy apps to make fancy graphics to be successful? No. You can use Instagram, you can use PixArt. 90% of the ones that I use are free. Literally the only thing that I've paid for is my preset. I don't pay for I don't pay for any of that kind of stuff. So no, you don't need to, but I would definitely make it apparent or like something to be conscious about, again, to make them aesthetically appealing. Like, just avoid being spammy, but you don't need to, like, and I would highly suggest you don't spend a bunch of time making graphics. That's not an income producing activity. You're not getting paid to be a graphic designer. So spend 10 minutes creating a story and put it up and be done. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to have stories up, but it's not something that you should be spending like 2 hours on creating a story, unless you're doing it for your whole week or your whole month and you're sitting there for a while, like playing with it. That's obviously one thing. What's the difference between being boxed and actually promoting? This is a good question. I don't ever actually think I've had someone legitimately ask me that question. So when you're boxed for promotion, I'm just going to use Ruby because it's simple. So to go Ruby, you need 3 distributors and you also need 2,000 in-group volume. You also need each of those boxes to be at 400 GV a piece, right? So there's a lot of pieces in actually promoting, okay? Being boxed means that you have gotten those 3 distributors and now you're just working on volume. So that's why I always tell people that you need to have a physical copy of a chart, because you need to see it. Because each box is what being boxed for promotion means. You have a promotion, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, whatever it is. And once you fill all those boxes, AKA enroll 3 distributors or enroll 16 distributors, whatever it is, then you're boxed for that promotion. That doesn't mean that you've actually promoted yet and that that's what your paycheck's going to be. That just means that you're now like locked and loaded. Think of it as like being loaded, ready to shoot, right? So when you promote and actually rank up, you have 2,000 group volume. So between you and your 3 distributors, you have 2,000 group volume. Each of those are qualified legs. This is probably really confusing if you're brand new, so kind of let this wash over your head and just ask your enroller or me how to chart, okay? But point being, once you've gotten both the DTs and all of the volume, you've promoted, ranked up, and are ready for the next rank. If you just have the distributors, you're just boxed. Does that make sense? It's a very huge deal to still be boxed for a promotion, okay? That means you are ready to go. And the next step is just the volume, getting your team ready to work. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple more of these questions, and then I'm going to read the chats. Let me just make sure. I think that's it, actually. Okay, let's see. I forgot to submit my comment earlier. How much do you change your scripts when you're talking to PDTs, PLCs that are guys? I get this question a lot. Really, the only thing is like maybe before I made the influencer apps, there was a video, which is the one that I sent you earlier. So if anyone has a question about this, it's literally, if you search on YouTube, Men Can Do It Works Too. There's a video that pops up. I also will just send them my link like normal and have them apply or whatever and send them the same information. It's really just the training process for me that's kind of a bit different from a guy to a girl, just because like they'll appeal to different markets, obviously. But as far as the script itself, not really, because I'm just talking about the business and what it's done for me or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's the same opportunity for them. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, if you have a different answer, but it's kind of how I handle it. Let's see. Everybody's saying you'll be so scared when you go live, but it's so worth it. Okay, I will tell you, when I had Facebook, that is how I was such a Mass DT enroller. Like literally, because I went live all of the time. Like all of the time. Like almost every day. And I would always either get a new potential distributor or sign someone. Like clockwork. So that's why I really encourage it. And I get stuff when I go on Instagram too. Not as much, but I have so much more interaction when I go live. Yeah, it doesn't have to be about the business or the product. Sometimes I'll go live and I literally am just making dinner and I'm just like bullshitting, talking, like literally. Or I don't know, I'll go live with a certain mom tip or whatever it is. It can be super easy. Don't overthink it. Yeah, would you scroll fast or would you stop and read? Exactly. Mm-mm-mm. I had someone the other day on my Facebook that told me that she loves my posts and they're super inspiring and she loves watching me. She's never commented on a single photo. People watch. Telegram app is life. Yes, for real. If you're not added into the Telegram group, if you need story ideas, ask Nat or I and we can add you. I just switch emojis when talking to guys. I love that. Yeah, I don't use as many like hearts or kissy faces, but outside of that, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, do you guys have any other questions? Especially, I see a couple newbies on here. Some of the stuff, like I said, might totally go over your head, and that's okay. Like, just ask a lot of questions and be like, I have no idea what you meant when you said this. Like, can you explain or whatever? And I'm totally happy to do that. That's pretty much it, y'all. That's all she wrote. Anything? All right, well, I'm going to end this recording.